Do we have an anecdote? Are you going to start with a would you?
Always, yeah, always. I haven't really thought of one this week. I did think of one, and I can't remember what I thought of. He's come up with a good one. Oh, okay, DeLorean one, because you were all about the DeLorean and Back to the Future last week. If you could DeLorean back and forward to one time period, what would it be?
Okay,
Just
so
one shot. You can spend as long as you want there, but you just get the one shot backwards and forwards. We'll do backwards because forwards is a bit.
So without being all smushy and going, oh, when I first and all that stuff. Let's see, period in time.
You can't go in your own lifetime because then you get the whole incest situation, which apparently occurs every time someone jumps back in time. So you got to be careful of that.
Okay. Have you got one? Do you know one? Because I can't think of one.
Yes.
Okay. Ancient Greece.
Ancient Greece. That's a cool one.
Ancient Greece. Just to see if it lives up to the hype that it got now.
Jeffers shouting. Okay.
Not Greece. Not Greece.
No, no Greece. Why, Carl? No.
Bad choice.
How epic was Greece? Because I saw, and I don't know how historically accurate this is, a Lego diorama someone did recently, and they're doing it piece by piece, and it's massive. Like it's not massive, it's Lego, but the actual scale of it is incredible. Like they're doing section at a time, and they've done what, Pantheon? That feels Greek, but it's the Pantheon. Then they do the certain bathhouses, and they've done this bit, and they've done playhouses.
Well, it's only going to be as large as modern day Greece.
I've never been, so I wouldn't know how large
country.
is modern day Greece. Oh, right, okay, yeah. So this was a city in Greece, but
okay.
It was...
So they were, doing Athens or something like that, maybe?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
But it was bloody fancy.
Yeah.
Was it as elaborate as a...
I would say it was probably more so.
Wow. Where did we go wrong?
Yeah, because you've got all of the islands as well, and like Minoa and, the whole... labyrinth.
Yeah.
That was a real thing. They found
Shut up. Wow.
Yeah, they found the labyrinth.
We need to
Whether or
spend
not a
more-
Minotaur lived in it, we don't know.
We need to spend more time in Greece.
But the labyrinth has been found.
I've been to Greece.
Have you?
Thessalonica. It's one of the... There's the three peninsulas. I think
Been
it's
to
the
Cyprus.
first
that's
one.
all.
No, not been Cyprus. My parents have just come... But no, Croatia. Not Cyprus.
Completely
They have
different.
very different
That
places.
side of Italy.
They have been to Cyprus a few times. That was my grandparents' favourite holiday spot, was off to Cyprus. Never been. It's very nice there, apparently. Sunny and shiny. I would go back to...
Not allowed to say Florida or California.
That's the thing. I would go back to post-Second World War California, because that's the golden age of cinema. Everything was going on. And I would know the players and the names, and I'd be able to sort of just generally sort of mill about and spend some time with Walt Disney. And obviously at the time, from what I've heard, it's a case of, you want a job? Yeah. Come, yeah, it's fine. You want to come work for us? Come work for us.
Yeah. So what, like 1947?
47, 48, yeah, early 50s. Even sort of late 50s, that sort of, they were developing and building Disneyland. That would have been quite cool. Golden age of cinema. Lots of actual working movie studios where you sort of walk up and go, hi, can I work on your movie studio? And they'll go, yep. What skills have you got? Very much like the BBC back in the day, where you sort of knock on the front door and say, hi, can I have a job? And they go, yeah. We'll find something for you.
I'm just thinking
Sounds like fun.
There was a book that I read, a Bill Bryson book. I can't remember what year that was based in, but I feel like it was very much the area that you're kind of talking about.
I also don't want to brag, but I am a white male, so not too much to worry about.
That was 1927, not 1947.
Okay. Fair enough. So between wars.
Yeah, because he classes that as being kind of one of the golden eras of America.
Yeah.
It was when Babe Ruth was around doing his thing, where the Empire State Building was being built. You can go and watch
actual baseball games and stuff, and
for a few dollars.
For nothing. Yeah. No, that sounds
Go
like
to Wrigley Park. I know that's not your favourite, but
no,
it is iconic.
It is iconic. You can go and watch the Red Sox play. That'd be fun. Even Yankee Stadium. I don't know how old Yankee Stadium is. Must be. I'm not sure what the equivalent of Yankee Stadium was. If it's that old.
I mean, I
Fenway's bloody old, so that I assume Fenway must have
Fenway
been
and Wrigley Park. I
yeah.
feel like they're the originals, surely.
The Green Monster.
But I don't know how much it is now to go to a game in America.
Not that much. There's so many games in the season. They do things like they'll do $20 night or $40 night where you get, I think it's 4 for $40, and you get 4 tickets, 4 drinks, 4 hot dogs for $40 on certain nights.
So not the same as an NFL game then.
Well, no, there's so many.
Yeah.
There's 162 baseball games and only 16 NFL games, 8 of which are at home.
Speaking of which, we haven't spoke about the NFL yet.
Well, that's because they're not quite there.
Pre-seasons.
This scared me a bit when I saw football being played. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, we were. Yeah, just a pre-season. Chargers pre-season game. Did you see the score?
No.
Bad.
Okay.
Bad.
Well done.
Jim Harbaugh's like, yeah, first game, let's go. We scored 3 points. We scored less points than the Angels typically do playing baseball, and they can only score 1 point at a time. Yep.
Less said about that, the better.
Not a good start.
I haven't seen how the pre-season's gone yet. I was going to talk to you about it. But
I've been watching some fun. Did you see the behind the back play from
Mahomes?
That's pretty good. Did you hear the excuse that Kelsey threw out? He's like, I went over there and he's got that funny way of talking. And I didn't really hear him, so I just I was trying to work out what he was saying. So I may have been in the wrong place, or it's his fault for not talking clearly. Feels like it's your fault. Nice try.
Let's go.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Generation Gap podcast. My name is Marcus Day. I'm your host and inspiration. Alongside me is Carl Davidson Wright, who I picked up off the street.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
My friend.
You found me again.
I did. You'll find that the edit for this Thursday's podcast is going to be significantly better because we're filming this on a Tuesday, which gives me lots more time. I might just put some random pictures up and stuff in the middle.
Actually do some edit work.
Actually do some edit work rather than just sort of go, yeah, that's fine.
There's no errors.
We're not swearing too much.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. It's more of a vetting process some weeks because we finish this at like 9, and I want to go to bed before 3. But you don't know, so I'll put some pictures up. First topic of conversation: victory for the sensible people. Acolyte season 2 has been refused, and the show's dead.
It?
Yeah,
I did not hear that.
I saw it on TikTok. Some woman saying, it's not fair. It should, it's such a good concept. Blah, blah,
Did
blah.
you watch it?
It's like, the concept was sound. The execution was just diabolical. So it's got nothing to do with the concept. It's got all to do with the fact that they spent $184 million on it, and the average watch time was 7.4 minutes an episode. That's the problem. Wow. When you've got The Mandalorian, which was 100 million, and the average watch time was 28 minutes or something. So it's got nothing to do with the budget was actually more for the Acolyte than it was for The Mandalorian season 1, and that did so well.
Do you think that was down to the stars that were in it though as well?
No, it was only 1 star in it. It was Pedro Pascal. You don't even see his face.
No, sorry, I mean in the Acolyte.
Oh, the Acolyte.
Having Trinity. I'm sorry, she's always just going to be Trinity.
But that's the point. They've brought in Trinity, who's a well-known actress and character, and they didn't make her into a new... I don't know that character's name.
No.
Mandalorian, I knew Pedro Pascal. I now know him as... He's the Mandalorian. Like, he's been in other stuff.
Like, you saw his face, what?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Barely at all. Like, that one scene.
It's almost like the I am Groot
yeah.
approach to acting.
Yeah. It was, good for him. You saw him for...
I mean, he could not turn up to set, and somebody else could have done all the thing, and you're going, sorry, I need to say what? Okay, yeah.
Even his voice, it's like, it's not Pedro Pascal's voice. It's a muffled Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
So you could... Yeah. I didn't know who it was when it started.
Follow me, Groot.
So, like, good for him. But he's such a good actor that even considering the fact you can't see his face, you can barely hear him, he still played the Mandalorian and made the Mandalorian a really interesting and developed and deep character. I mean, the fact his story arc...
That must have been a tough thing, though, really.
Yeah, tough ask. It's a good
So
story arc.
Can they see my... No.
Nope.
No. We have to...
They can hear me,
the
right?
helmet.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Oh,
So when I take the... No, we don't do this.
no. Even turn up to set in all the in all the set photos. He's got a mask on. I'm like, this is serious. I'm a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
To the other Mandalorians, they don't take their masks off. Oh, they all take their masks off. Yeah. There's maybe 3 or 4 that don't. Yeah, the rest of them do. Oh. Can I be like them? No, you can't. Stop it. So how am I going to be famous? Don't worry. You're going to be the most famous person on the show.
What about my co-stars? No, they all have it on. Like,
Yeah.
The whole story is that they don't wear that.
So it's me and a child, right? So the child's a puppet. The child also doesn't speak. Oh, fantastic. Good.
Yeah. There's a lot on my shoulders.
Yeah, it's going to be the best thing that Star Wars ever done.
Yeah.
Really? 100%.
Yeah, and you pulled it off.
It's going to
well
be
done.
everyone's favourite thing. To the point where they're going to make other shows and people are just going to watch it in case you turn up in it. Which you will. Like, there's going to be other shows. You're going to show up and everyone's going to lose their minds. It's the only reason I watched Boba Fett. Apparently Mandalorian was going to be in it. I'm like, yes. Grogu's now Din Grogu to me. You can't convince me otherwise. I get annoyed when people say Baby Yoda. I don't even correct them and go, his name's Grogu. I'm like, his name's Din Grogu. He's got a daddy now. It's so sweet. Like, people are like, oh, but where did Grogu come from? I'm like, I don't care anymore. He's got a dad. He's happy. Leave him alone. We don't need a prequel to that. They've done very well. We don't need to know where everything comes from. Just accept that it's there.
How do you feel about him playing Reed Richards?
It's anything Pedro Pascal does turns to gold. I'm very happy with any decision that's ever made regarding his career. I think he's going to be sensational.
I feel like, again, there's a lot riding on him. This is now the 3rd iteration of the Fantastic Four.
Well, there's...
Main,
yeah. I was a little bit upset that John Krasinski didn't get to come back and play Reed Richards, because that would have been cool. Emily Blunt playing Mrs... What's her name? Mrs...
Sue Richards,
Sue
Invisible Woman.
Invisible Woman, yeah. I was going to say Mrs. Fantastic. That's Mrs. Incredible. That's what I'm thinking of right now. Blurring those lines quite nicely, aren't I? Yeah, that would have been cute. But it's Pedro Pascal, so I'm like, okay.
I believe neither of us have yet seen the big film of the year, Deadpool and Wolverine.
No, I haven't seen that yet.
We haven't seen that yet. We are behind the times. We know.
Sorry, everyone.
But Chris Evans, reprising his role.
Didn't know that. Thank you for spoiling.
As Johnny Storm.
Oh, no way. Okay.
In the film.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah. And I believe he absolutely nails it.
I mean, it's a bit like, I don't know the actor's name, but the guy who played Flash. Not Flash. That's wrong. Quicksilver.
Yes.
In the original X-Men.
Yes.
When he reprised his role as not Quicksilver in WandaVision.
Oh, okay. Right.
That threw me. That was cool, though. That was a little bit... Everyone's like, oh, you can't do that. I went, they're Marvel. They can do what they want. You don't have to like it. Just don't do She-Hulk again.
I liked She-Hulk.
No, you didn't.
I did like She-Hulk.
You're the one who likes She-Hulk.
I'm the one who thumbs up.
You're going to get a cameo in the next one. Good job, man. Oh, it was garbage.
I enjoyed it.
Oh,
I enjoyed it.
What specifically could you have enjoyed about She-Hulk?
To be honest, there wasn't anything I didn't like about it.
Not the plot.
I thought it was pretty good.
The CGI
didn't bother me at all.
Oh God. You've been to the opticians recently, haven't you? Haven't. That's the problem. I think
you know I
need
have above
glasses.
20/20 vision.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Watching that CGI made me feel like I was 20 years prior. Even then, it was better CGI in Lord of the Rings.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, I didn't.
I even
kept
liked the
watching
whole
it.
retreat bit. And
Joe, the
she
only
went to the retreat.
How could you like that? She was She was saying that, oh, I got catcalled once, so I know how you feel, Hulk. I'm like, the what? The what? The man is.
It was funny. It was a comedy.
The man tried to kill himself and spat the bullet out. But you were catcalled one time, so you know how he feels. He was literally suicidal for the best part of his life. That's crazy. And the writers went, that'll be fine. I'm sure no one will get annoyed at that. That'll be fine. Marvel fans aren't that dedicated. I'm sure they won't get upset.
Maybe I'm just too dedicated. I was with it.
Oh, I really tried. Do you know why I kept watching it? Was I thought I didn't know what was going on in WandaVision for the first 4 episodes, and then the last 4 blew my mind, and then now I watch the whole thing as it's just an absolute masterpiece. So into like episode 5 of She-Hulk, I'm like, I really hope they've done the same thing, and I really hope that it's going to switch, and I'm going to go, this is the best thing on television. And then it ended, and it was garbage.
No.
Even that last bit, it was just so
The
meta.
whole Daredevil thing,
but
I
it's
was
like,
hoping that was going to take off.
But it's all like the whole meta thing that you can do it really well, like Deadpool, or, in my opinion, apparently not your opinion, you can ruin it entirely and just sort of take the piss out of your audience.
There'll never be another Deadpool, though.
Oh, no.
We have to see Deadpool and Wolverine at some stage.
See, that's a generation gap, because I just thought She-Hulk was the worst thing they've ever made.
To be honest,
I've never jumped to Reddit so fast after watching an episode of a television show to see if I'm wrong or if the world agrees with me, and everyone agreed with me.
to be fair though, a lot of Marvel films that have a strong female lead get ripped quite badly, and I don't see it.
I think that's the only thing that
Captain Marvel, people didn't like it.
I thought that was
loved
great.
it.
Loved that.
Second one, loved it.
Yep.
Thought
That was
they were
good.
good
I
films.
thought the second film was better than the first. I really enjoyed it.
But they got absolutely ripped.
I thought the Ms. Marvel, I thought was an excellent television show.
I thought it was an
enjoyed that.
unusual take.
Yeah,
they
I
were
thought-
kind of
yeah.
going with that
But that
across
was
the
quite-
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that was quite meta-y as well, because
Yeah.
she was. But then that worked. That was
liked
it. Wasn't sort of shoved down your throat. It was like she's a quirky teenager.
I found the second season of
great.
Loki harder to watch than anything else.
I've watched that twice now, and I still don't quite understand
That's
the plot.
thing. I'm like, I think I need to take notes.
Even that, yeah. That's I would say that was so confusing. I didn't enjoy it because I like to understand what's going on, and if I don't understand what's going on, I get annoyed because I'm like, and that's me. Like Tia wouldn't watch it. She's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, I don't know. Like normally we watch things together. I've seen it or I've read about it, so Tia can say what's that about, and I'm like, oh, that's such and such. He's such and such and such and such and such, and then it's sort of okay, cool. But we were watching like 2 episodes of Loki, and Tia's like, so who's that? I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe that's the
That
time
was a harder
I gave
watch,
her.
but maybe that's why I enjoyed She-Hulk. It was an easy watch. It was good.
I think it was easy. I just thought it was lazy. I felt annoyed. I feel like the Marvel's so good that watching that, I felt like I was sort of watching something that the interns had done, where it's like, oh crap, we've got this project She-Hulk. There's like 20 million. Could you just go and film it? That's what it felt like. I felt like the writing, like they've just gone with B-list writers, B-list CGI. Even the lead actress, like there was so much speculation about who the actress was going to be, and it's like, why? What's the speculation? They asked her, "You She-Hulk?" She's like, "Oh no, I'm not." No, yes, you just say yes. Like it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
There was like a rumor mill for like 6 months with whether or not she's going to be She-Hulk. I went, who? Just say yes. Just take the role. It's a good role. But why are you being weird about it?
I haven't seen Madam Web yet.
No, I've not seen. Is that like MCU canon?
What, as in, is there a Madam Web?
No. I mean, like, is it part of the MCU?
Yeah.
I just feel like it was sort of marketed that way. I felt like it was the impression I got when I was watching interviews and marketing stuff. I got the impression it was like an offshoot, like a separate sort of thing.
Well, I don't know if that's the way that they've done the film, but Madam Web is a big part of the Marvel universe, and as far as I'm aware, it ties in with Spider-Man in this one. So that would be now the new MCU because he's in all of those.
Okay.
It's whether or not they bring
I haven't seen
X-Men
that.
to line, and they're using Deadpool as the jump off for that, aren't they? To bring
Which
X-Men
makes sense
back in.
because you've got a chaotic character who everybody loves and adores. You can sort of just tie everything to him now.
Supposedly it's all, again, we haven't seen it, so I'm not spoiling as such. But the whole Loki time center, all of that's involved in the film
I mean, they had to do something
as well.
There were so many branches and off branches, and there's still a whole bunch of stuff. You know, they always do the post-credit scene, the post-credit scene, and then the credit scene where everyone's left and it's just the dude clearing up the seats, and only he gets to watch it. All of those, there's so many of those, which I feel like they sort of threw it in like, oh, we could do something with this, and then someone wrote it on a sticky note and stuck it on the wall, and then it fell down, and now no one knows what it was. There's so many of those where I'm watching these things thinking that never got answered. That never happened.
Have you seen Secret Invasion?
Oh yeah, that was that was tough. I struggled with that.
She-Hulk or Secret Invasion? I'm gonna watch She-Hulk every day.
Yeah. To be fair, at least it wasn't boring. Like She-Hulk at least had some. It was something. I thought the Secret Invasion was just so dragging. It was boring.
Yeah, I didn't care what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I couldn't care less.
Dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the whole Krill thing. Krill thing. Kroll thing. Skrull. We got there.
Krull's an old 1980s movie.
Yes. The whole Skrillex thing was...
Skrillex.
That annoys me because that's a bit like, when they get to the end of a film and then they wake up and it's not real. I just feel like that the whole time. I'm like, if you've got these characters who just aren't the characters, they're just Skrulls in disguise. It's like you're losing so much validity in everything you do. Because now I don't know anything I watch. I'm like, well, it could be valid or it just could be nonsense. I don't know anymore.
I mean, the Skrulls were the main enemy of the Fantastic Four, so I was excited thinking, they're going to use this to launch and they didn't.
No.
And then they were going to do Kang as the main for launch the Fantastic, and they didn't. I'm like, how is the Fantastic Four going to happen? But it still seems like it's in the offing, so...
Well, they've got a lead.
And they've got all the
Reed
cast.
Richards now. Yeah, they're good to go, aren't they?
I just don't know if they can do it a third time.
That's it, isn't it? You just got to say, you know what? The first one was good. I enjoyed it when I was a kid. It was. I enjoyed it. Maybe it was because I was a child.
I don't know which one you're on about though.
The one with Chris Evans.
Yeah. Okay.
That was that. That was my first. So the like Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, and then Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two.
So I like those. And then the next one came out, and that was awful. And it really sort of, they concluded it just so perfectly with the, oh, wouldn't that be fantastic? Or whatever the phrase is, if you know, you know. And they finished it off with like, Fantastic Four. Oh my God, such a good name. We could call ourselves that. Like, oh, that's the worst writing. Oh, it's just terrible. I'm sorry to whoever wrote that line, but that was bad.
Now you have seen who they've got playing Doctor Doom.
Yeah. How's that going to work? I mean, I'm getting double leg crossed here. Oh.
I mean, if anybody can pull it off.
Yeah, but how? It's got to be... They've got to relate it to...
I don't think they're going to...
But they've got to.
No.
Surely they have to. If it's going to end up in the same MCU, eventually he's going to take his mask off.
I don't... See, Doctor Doom never takes his mask off.
Yeah, but what if he does?
He has a disfigured face.
But what if he does?
He won't. I don't think if they stay true...
He's going to get to a point where, like, Tom Holland goes, Tony? I'm not Tony. I'm not Tony.
No, I think they're going to do it like a Pedro Pascal Mandalorian thing.
Okay, so you never ever see it.
You will never see it. It will just be his voice, and
I mean,
he will have to...
The hype is awesome.
Act the life out of it.
I mean, obviously, everyone lost their minds when it was RDJ.
Oh, it was insane.
But immediately everyone's like, yeah! What?
Yeah. Ooh.
You can see the heads going, yeah! How have you made this decision? Good for them. I mean, Marvel aren't exactly known for playing it safe, are they? They created the biggest cinematic universe that's ever existed.
Well, sometimes the second character that they play is the bigger one.
Which would be bloody impressive.
Johnny Storm, Captain America.
Hang on. I can do one. Ryan Reynolds. Green Lantern, Deadpool.
Different universe.
I know, yeah.
Or you could go Deadpool.
Yes, Deadpool. Yes, that's a good one. There are others, aren't there? Hold on.
Blade, Trinity, Deadpool.
Are you spoiling things again?
No.
What do you mean?
Blade?
Yeah.
Trinity, the third film.
Yeah.
He was in that.
Oh my God. Wow, I've not seen that film for a long time.
He was in it. He
Yeah.
was the merc with a mouth
Wow.
in that film.
Yeah, with the thing, was that one?
No, that was
That was the original
That was X-Men
Deadpool.
Wolverine.
That's right. Merc with a mouth.
X-Men Origins
So,
Wolverine.
Yep.
But Blade Trinity, he played basically himself,
I'm getting
but
confused.
quite well built out.
Mm.
And he played a mercenary alongside Wesley Snipes, and they were vampire hunters.
I like Blade. That's a good.
But he was full of very quick one-liners that were just so Deadpool.
Super Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm trying to think of anybody else. There's got to be others who got a second chance.
There's loads.
There'll be loads. So yeah, I'm not sure how we started that conversation. Acolyte,
Not sure.
somehow.
Acolyte. Tangents.
Wow.
It's all Marvel. It's all Disney.
Draw a map from that.
It's all Disney.
God. Yeah, no Acolyte. Phew. Result. Now, the big topic I want to talk to you about, which we've been playing for a few days. So we're now on video games. Back onto video games talk.
Okay.
We've recently there's a group of us who, I'm going to go way back. In the beginning, there was a man and a woman. And
in
a
the
snake.
universe a long, long time ago.
But
In
also
a galaxy far,
in
far
the
away.
future. There
In the
was...
past, if you take the new series into account.
Yeah, that was Family Guy, wasn't it? A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, but somehow in the future. Yeah, not lightsabers about. So me and a group of friends used to play a game called Ark. Ark Survival, Ark Genesis, Ark. I forget the name of it.
Survival Explored or
Survival.
something.
Yeah. So for those of you who do know, you'll know what it's all about. For those of you who don't, you get plonked on an island. At first glance, you get plonked on a prehistoric island. There's dinosaurs roaming about, and it's a survival game. You just have to go and make an axe, and then use your axe to then make something else. And I'm dumbing it down, but that's essentially it. You just keep evolving and expanding, and survival evolved. That feels right. And that's the premise. Big islands, and then you can go and explore these islands, and you can travel across the different islands, and eventually you find obelisks and things. I'll spoil it for you because the chances are, if you've not played it already, you're probably not going to play it. But it turns out you're actually there's spaceships, and these biomes have been created, and you've been dropped onto it. But it's essentially a controlled experiment. So it feels very much like it's prehistoric, and then it's not. It's not that at all. It's supposed to feel prehistoric. So these things that come down out of the sky because you're being given crates and things by these higher beings. So that's the premise of the game. Now, me and a few friends before were playing it and thoroughly enjoyed it because you just get to lark about and have a laugh with dinosaurs, and because it's a free world thing, you can just do whatever you want, which generally lends itself to nonsense. But we played it on a server so a friend had to be logged on to play it, so it was a little bit of a pain. That might be what killed us in the end, was what killed us off playing it. A new game probably came out or something, or COVID ruined everything, which was quite common. We stopped playing certain games during COVID, and started playing other ones. That was it. Warzone came out, and everybody played that for 6 months straight. And we're back on it now. So we've got our own server. Anyone can jump on as and when we want. So we've played it a lot. You've never played it.
No.
So it's quite an interesting... I'm a little bit jealous. And there's something else I'd ask you as well. So at this point, we'll move on to that. Is I get to play this again sort of precariously through your eyes, because you're like, how do I find wood? And I'm like, goody. So me and the group that I play with, so you're playing with the group that I was playing with before. So we went on and did bosses and moved on to different maps, and we followed the lore and all this sort of stuff. So we're well into it. But of course, you're way back at the very start of, right, so how do I pick up a bush? Where how do I not die? Mm-hmm. So it's lots of that. So it's
how
an
do I fly up?
Yeah, it's an interesting juxtaposition. So first of all, what's your take on it?
Really enjoying the game. it is awkward because you guys are so good at it. So every time I come on, it's like civilizations move forward 200 years. I left one evening and we had a thatch hut. I came back the next day. We had a fully armoured 2-story building with spike defence.
I did that.
Then the next time I came on, we also had irrigation, a planting area, more dinosaurs than I can name, all tamed with
Saddles.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, I'm still running around in fur.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, you didn't even have fur. You had common clothes.
Yeah.
Fur's hard to make.
yeah, and it's like, okay.
See, I'm very conscious of that happening, so I'm going to make sure that throughout this whole thing, because I was in your position when we first played it, this is how you build a building. This is, we're going to, oh my God, you can tame animals. Oh my God, let's make a saddle. Wow, you can fly. So I did that bit and then went away for like a week and came back, and it's like, right, so we've got all these T-Rexes. I'm like, I haven't even seen one, and now there's 72. He's like, oh yeah, I'm breeding them, and we're getting all the level. I'm like, whoa.
That's me every evening.
But then I never got back. So there's still things that I'm learning now, which is pretty basic because I just leapfrogged that. So that whenever I got in, I didn't know how to make guns or bullets or even how to make gunpowder. Because when
neither do I.
when I logged in, they were like, "Oh, I've done it. It's in your all the equipment you need is in your box." So I just equip it. I was like, I don't know how this has happened, but thank you. And of course, you don't want to go back and waste everybody's time as to how do you do this? Because they're like, well, you don't need to know now. So I'm very conscious that I need to make sure that you know how to do it, so you can do it. Because there's nothing worse than just being like, can someone make me a sword, please? Mm-hmm. I don't have a sword. Or because eventually we're going to go exploring caves.
Well, we went in one cave, one cave. Was it a cave? Was that a cave? I don't know.
So
that we did.
When we talk about caves, there's an end point to them, and usually there's something to collect in them.
Well, we went into a place and turned around when we got so far and came back.
Yeah, so that was... Oh, yeah, that's a full tunnel. That comes out to the other side, so you can go all the way through there. There is a cave in there we haven't found yet, but that itself isn't a cave. That's just sort of part of the map. So, yeah, when we talk about we're going to caves, you kind of have to prepare for them, so that it's almost like a challenge. So to get through to the other side, they're going to put... like there's going to be bats that can knock you out, and there's going to be lava and
see,
all that sort of stuff.
That worries me. I'm like, you guys go off and do that because
that's the thing.
You're
struggled
here with levels, and I'm down here.
Yeah,
and a bat's going to go,
and you're going to die. Yeah,
I'm going to be like, can somebody pick up all my gear, please?
Yeah. So I'm very conscious of that. I was there, but because there were 4 of us playing and those 3 had never done it before, they were like, let's just go and do it. Oh, it's going to be great. Marcus, you follow us. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I'm very happy to be talking to you guys. And I'm laughing and enjoying it. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, but I feel like I'm just riding your coattails, and that's not a particularly nice thing to be doing when you're playing a game. You want to be at the forefront. You want to be discovering and leading and doing it with you. Yeah, like, I don't just want to be
right now I can run really fast.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to feel like one of the dinosaurs. I'm just like, you just tell me what to do and where to go, and I'll do it. So yeah, I'm very conscious that I want to make sure that you know what to do alongside us, because there's still stuff like there was one time I turned up like, right, your scuba gear's in here. I'm like, my what? Oh, the cave we're going to is under the ocean. I'm like, I've never been to a cave. Why are we going to the one that's clearly going to get me killed? Goes, oh, it's okay. I've got megalodons for us to ride. I'm like, you've got a what? and Ollie tamed all these sharks that we could use. I'm like, I missed all of that. I feel like that would have been fun. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm going to make sure that you do actually end up getting to do the stuff that you're missing, or at least showing you how to do it. Because otherwise, it's just I don't want to feel, because I had it where the RGs, the birds that we fly around on, we all got an RG each. So you named it and you kept it and you rode it and it was yours. It's got your gear on it and all that sort of stuff. My RG was not leveled up to the same level as theirs, so they would just fly forever. And my RG was like, need a break. So I spent. They were like, oh, we're attacking this section. Grab him, do that. Oh, there's another one. Get the Rex. And I'm just a mile back going. I'm like, come on, buddy, have a breather. Mm-hmm. Let's go again. And then I would sort of slowly leapfrog where they were just ahead. And then by the time I got there, everything's gone and I've missed it all. So I'm right now. I'm like, no. So my RG is the fittest RG in the world. It can just go from one side of the map to the other in one breath. So it's those sorts of things that I make sure that you don't, because I've been in your position, so I now know how to not do that.
I can't get on as much as you guys are on.
There is also that.
The time in the day that you guys jump on, I can only really get on late at night.
Yeah.
So I can't expect you to wait for me and kind of stall the game.
So that's why.
So I know I'm always going to be playing catch up, but I also don't really know how to get a lot of XP to level up to try and catch up.
Well, there are tricks. To catch up to us won't take long, because all you do is we'll jump around. There's little red symbol things, and they're XP boosts. So you get like 10 minutes of XP boost. And then you just jump back. So, like, building things gives you XP. With a boost on, it throws it up. So you can literally come back. If you've got 1,000 thatch, you just build a bunch of walls. You can throw them away.
Our storage section that we've got, I was turning that into wood last night.
Yeah. Longevity of it, yeah.
Then I ran out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think John's been on today resource gathering.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, he's got about 1 million of everything. It's doing well. So yeah, that's the thing. There are catch-up ways to do it. So yeah, I'm very conscious, but I'm very jealous because you get to see all this stuff. So when you see a T-Rex at first, I'm going like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when the server was down because you were making some changes to it, I spooled up a one-player on my own.
Yeah.
And was just like, and I already had walls and I had the base, and I was like, yeah, and I was already at level 30. I'm like, well, that didn't take long at all, but now I don't know what to do from this stage.
Yeah.
So my one player is at the same stage as the one that you guys are on, but you've got tech.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to it, and it's tough getting your head around it, but it's a good game to actually learn, because there's a sense of achievement when you actually get to a point where you're like, this time last week I couldn't build a wall. Now I know how to tame animals and craft and create stuff and all that sort of thing.
Like with the taming of animals and stuff, I've seen a lot of things online with the videos that you guys like. You need to watch this. So I've been watching those videos, and there's lots of like animal traps and stuff. I haven't seen you guys use any traps.
No, I mean you can, and it helps. So far. There are certain things that are really difficult to tame, and some things that are really easy to tame. It's one of those games where whoever developed it and whoever played it first, fair play to them, because I couldn't play that game without the use of the internet, because there's 1,000 ways to do everything, but sometimes there's one right way. So to have done that must have taken just hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
It's a very, very fun game. It's enjoyable.
It is good. The social aspect's nice as well. It's a good game. So yeah, Are we
doing this because there's another one coming out?
There is an Arc 2 that's coming out. So yeah,
because that would be cool to all be kind of starting at an even keel.
Yeah, that's hopefully the gameplay will be different enough that we're all going to have to basically learn it.
Yeah,
because they brought out the updated. I'm not sure what it is, but they brought out a new one.
You said there was an alternate, another game.
Unreal Engine 5, so it's got the next.
Yeah.
An update on it, and it just doesn't. It's not the same. It's not as fun. Like they've ruined some stuff, and it feels very janky and jaggedy, and it doesn't feel like it works properly. So yeah, stick with the original. Original's the best.
I believe you can go to like Jotunheim and
we can do that. Yeah, that's our one.
All sorts.
Yeah. See, we don't even know how to do that yet. We've never.
So
we
cool.
assume
I guess
it's the
as soon as
Obelisks,
we get to a stage where you guys haven't done it before.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
Well, I'm not ready because you will essentially. It's going to take so long to get to those extra places. You have to. So there's certain portal areas. To do those portal areas, you need to have collected like 10 different things. To get those 10 different things, you have to go and find one item in one cave. So we have to go and do 10 caves, and it takes so long, and there's so much progression to get to these points. Even if you play 10% of the amount of time that we do, you'll learn the whole game in that 10%.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be, and the other 90% is just us going...
slugging, grinding through it. Yeah.
Grinding our way through it. So, yeah, that's the benefit, is that there's so much to this game that you, even if you don't play as much as the rest of us, even if, I play half as much as Ollie or John or Connor, you're going to get so much time on the game that you're going to know how it all works. When you do get to the end, it's just, you'll know all the mechanics. It's just maybe Ollie will be 50 levels up, so he's just a bit stronger.
If I can remote play on a different TV or something.
Yeah, I know you can. I think you can on your phone.
Well, I do on my phone, but with this being a server-based thing, I'm not sure lag-wise. But I know I got a new Amazon Fire Stick, the 4K one, and that does Xbox Remote Play.
Oh, that's cool.
So that can be on any TV. The Xbox doesn't need to be connected to it.
I don't think my one does.
I don't think yours does.
I don't
No,
think my Fire
you
Stick.
might need a remote or something to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mine's. Oh, it's at least 6 months old. I think. It's basically steam powered.
Yeah.
I just ordered little bits of coal instead of batteries, and I put it in there. Yeah, so very cool. So yeah, we're loving that. So we'll give you updates as and when interesting things happen.
Where are you guys up to now?
We're just sort of.
So you've got guns now.
Yeah. Yes, we've got that's. But even that's barely halfway down the list of stuff. Like, there's also going to get to a point where you leveling up will stop and slow down massively, but the number of things we need at the bottom of the list is going to be quite big. So it's going to get to a point where we need you to do certain things that we can't do, because we've got no engram points left. We can't unlock certain things to build, but we need those things to be able to advance.
Yeah, I've got like 280 sats spare at the minute.
Yeah, I've got like 350, but I don't want to use any of them because it's like at the bottom there's going to be certain things. Oh, it's raining heavily. And that's what we did before. It's like, I don't. It's as annoying as it sounds. I know you want to sort of go and build weapons that we can build and craft, but actually, there's certain things I'm now not unlocking because I know that Ollie's unlocked it, so he can build it. So then I can unlock something different, and I can build it.
And
so
that's the advantage of having like 4 or 5 of you on the server, I guess.
So yeah, I'm saving a bunch of my points because it's as much fun as it would be to be able to build all this stuff. It's like, well, John and Ollie can do that, so I'll save my points for something different. And then way down the list, when we get to the very bottom, there's lots of really, really cool, interesting features and things. It's going to need like 5 of us to be able to do it, and it's going to take all 5 of us to do different aspects. So it's good teamwork. You're going to have to get to that point and seriously
enjoying
work
it.
as a
It's just
team.
like I say, unfortunately, I can't really jump on much sooner than 10 o'clock most of the time. So
Yeah, that's okay because I like to play games in the middle of the night. I find it very therapeutic sitting there just chopping wood at 2 a.m. I'm like, that's nice. It's so relaxing.
I do like using the trike though to go out and
Just
yeah.
Yeah.
I keep clearing everything within reach.
It's kind of annoying, isn't it? It's good because otherwise you'd have to go so far to resource gather. But it is annoying when you clear an area and then you go and drop it off, you come back and it's back. You're like, I just did this.
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah, because I know you were after narco berries. I'm like,
Yeah.
I have hundreds of narco berries now.
And that's the thing. It's always like the stuff that you want to make is always the stuff that's really hard to find. Like
there are hundreds in storage.
like
now.
to make tranquilizer darts. This is the process. So to build certain things, obviously, the further down you get, the harder it is to make stuff. So to build a tranquilizer dart, you have to create narcotics and bullets, and then combine those to make tranq darts. To make a narcotic, you have to have 5 narco berries and spoiled meat to make that, and then some
spoiled meat as well.
Yeah. So that's
a pain.
don't throw that away. So I just throw a whole bunch of fresh meat in somewhere, and it eventually rots. And then, but then to make a bullet, you have to make gunpowder. To make gunpowder, you have to use
Charcoal.
spark powder and charcoal. To make spark powder, you need flint and stone. So you have to get flint and stone to make spark powder. Spark powder and charcoal makes gunpowder. Gunpowder and metal ingots make bullets. To make metal ingots, you've got to get raw material and use the forge just to do that. So once you've got all that, you then make the bullet, and then you combine those two. So when you consider you're making one thing, you've actually got a resource gather like 100 different things and individually craft them all. So it's like, here's your one tranq. Don't waste it. It took me an hour. So that's kind of but it's nice when I couldn't play this by myself. I couldn't do it. Like, the good thing is that when you're resource gathering, there's 4 other guys on having a laugh with you. So it's like, okay, this isn't so bad. I don't mind chopping trees if we're
It's
pissing
a bit better
ourselves
than
laughing.
it was the first time I jumped on.
Yeah,
And the base was just getting destroyed every 5 minutes, and I'm like,
that was funny.
I can't jump on when you're not on because I can't protect the base. You'll come back and be like, where'd everything go?
Carl jumped on for the first game. So me and Ollie set the server up. It took me and Ollie 2 hours for him to just get me to the base because we had nothing. So I was just running around in like a loincloth getting killed by everything for every 20 seconds. And then it respawned me back at the start. I'm like... Ugh. So it took me 2 hours. We finally got to a point where we could build a canoe and he could pick me up. So then we ended up at the base.
That must have taken...
That so long.
If you hadn't played the game before, that's a good chunk of hours to get to that
and
stage.
there's no dots on the screen. There's not like, oh, your friend's over here. No, you've got a map. That's it. It tells you where you are and the bits that you track and find. But that's it. There's no like, so Ollie's like, oh, I'm at this coordinate base. I'm like, great. Even now, me and Ollie are flying around. I'll be like, oh, look. And then I'll look back and he's gone. I'm like, Ollie, where are you? He's like, oh, I went left. I went right. So we both had to fly up into the sky like, there you are. And then come back down. So it's not like other games where you get a little cursor saying you're over there. It's a pain in the ass. So that's fun. So yeah, it was like that. But obviously with nothing, it's like, oh, where are you? I'm at the top of a hill. What?
Yeah, but I jumped on just as all hell broke loose for you guys.
We were so ready to go. We're like, Ollie's Carl's coming on tonight. We're gonna go and get him. We had everything ready. We had like a clothes for you, a weapon for you. We had the canoe ready to go, and at that moment, this bird just decided to start destroying everything, and we couldn't. We had like bow and arrows, and it flies really fast. So we were just shooting these arrows into the sky. Then we'd run out of arrows, and we're trying to run around finding wood to make more arrows. And
as the walls disintegrate.
Yeah, the whole thing started falling apart, and then he started attacking us. We're like, well, we're gonna die. All this time, Carl's on a beach somewhere going, guys.
No,
guys.
It took you 20 minutes to give me the password to the
he
server.
couldn't get into the server.
Yeah.
Every time I tried to say it, I just got attacked again. I'm like, so it's password is and then you finally got into the server, and you're just there going, so what do I do? We're like, nothing right now. Every 5 minutes, because you didn't know what to do. He was like, he's died of exhaustion and hunger. Like, yep. I died again. I went, it's fine, just come back. Come and get you in a minute.
But every time you respawn, you get all the same kit to start
you get
with.
Nothing. Oh, yeah.
All of that junk.
Ugh.
So for the first few days,
That's
I'm running
frustrating.
around with a full inventory of like duplicates.
Just nothing. Yeah.
Like 50 of
They're
each.
just
I'm
skins.
like, do I need all these?
Like, no.
None of you are telling me that I
Nobody
don't
needs all of
need these. So I've saved them all.
Yeah.
They're actually all in the big storage boxes.
I know,
right
I've
now.
used some. They got to a point, I'm like, have we got all of that stuff that we all threw away at the beginning? So I could actually use some of it.
Yeah. I've put all that in there.
Yeah, I've taken some. Thank you. That was very helpful. I'd have had to have died again just to get it all back. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of DLCs and stuff. So what the game does at the beginning, it gives you the free DLC stuff. It's like, here's a little bonus
You didn't
animal.
say I didn't need it.
Like a bonus skin. It's like, oh, thanks, it's great. But of course, every time you die, you get 52 of them. You're
Yeah,
like,
I was
don't need
dying
it.
a lot at the beginning.
Yeah, I died a good 16, 17 times just trying to get to Ollie and failing every time. I did get really close. I didn't realize at the time because I didn't know where the end point was, but I was really close at one point. Really, really close. And then got killed by a saber tooth or some shit like that. So, next question, and I'll finish off with this question, is if you could go back and play a game for the first time, what would it be?
Oh, I don't. Again, I'm not a great gamer. Most games for me are like it's the first time.
Yeah. Because Baldur's Gate for me was really, really good. So I would love to wipe that from
Again,
my memory.
you can
and
play
start
that
again.
vicariously
That'd be
because
cool. Yeah, you're not very far in that.
really not.
It's
And
not cross-platform yet.
again, that's why I've waited because I just can't play it.
Yeah. When you're having to control 4 different characters, all of which do different things.
I am not a good gamer. Self-confessed, not a good gamer whatsoever.
Oh no, you were really good at shooting me when we were playing A Way Out.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Carl was saying, I'm shooting you loads. I'm like, you're not. Because our health bars are at the bottom. You're dead. And mine is full.
No, I definitely shot you a few times.
You did. You got a couple of shots in. At one point, you were hiding behind a wooden wall, and I was shooting the wooden wall, and then the wooden wall broke. I was like, oh.
I mean, some
yeah.
of my games from like childhood, so the nostalgic one. Yeah, one game I would like to get hold of, which I don't think you can, is X-Men Arcade. There was an arcade version of X-Men where you could play as Dazzler, Colossus, Wolverine, or Cyclops. And it was just a side-scroller.
It was an actual arcade.
It was an
game.
actual arcade
Okay,
game, but they did release it on
Oh, okay.
certain consoles way back in the day. I think maybe like on the Mega Drive, possibly, or something like that.
Never had a Mega Drive.
But yeah, I'd like to play that again.
That's cool.
But then a lot of the Mega Drive games were good. Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Altered Beast, all these games that you have no clue on whatsoever.
That's 4 games you've listed now I've never heard of.
But then we could go really far back to when I started playing games, and it would be like Dizzy.
Nope.
You never played Dizzy?
Nope.
Dizzy was an egg that ran around, and it was all puzzle solving.
Okay.
So it was literally like single screen, and there might be a boar running back and forth, and you had to try and realise that, okay, well, I have to shake the tree to get the apple to drop to the boar that he'll feed so I can get through to get to the cave.
Oh.
It was all single screen
puzzles.
puzzles.
And then you move on to the next
And then
screen.
you go to the next
puzzle.
screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were massive. There was like a whole chain of Dizzy games back in the day.
Yep.
Dizzy Treasure Island, Dizzy Magic, something or other.
Fair
So
enough.
they were all pretty cool. I used to play with a neighbour of mine a game called Joust on a Sinclair. That was pretty cool. Little man on a like
So you went for it?
pterodactyl type thing running around, and
See, games have changed massively. I
Yeah.
was talking to Tia about this yesterday, saying that when I was a kid, me and my brother used to play a game called Midtown Madness.
heard of it.
It was, you could play in either Paris or Washington DC, and it was a single player game. So there were missions you'd go through. Like each car had like 3 different missions, and then they'd get the next car, and one of them was like a garbage truck mission, and then you could unlock skins for your different cars. So at the time it was quite cool. But obviously, being 2 of us, we played the 2-player version. Now there wasn't a 2-player version. It wasn't a 2-player game. What they did was they went, well, we've got the maps, we've got the cars. Why don't we just give them cars and put them on a map? And that's what they did. That was the 2-player mode. Was you could just drive around these cities. There were no people, no other cars, nothing. It was just big map of Paris, and you could drive your cars around it. So we used to play it for hours, just driving around. Just crash, you're it, drive off. That was it. And we days and days of our lives we played doing that. Like Halo. I must have played through the Halo campaign for the Halo 1. Me and my brother must have played through it over 100 times when we were kids. And I've probably played it 100 times since then. And you just go back to the start and just do it again.
Yeah, I've not played Halo.
We're playing Halo.
I'm not playing Halo.
Fantastic game.
It's a first-person shooter. You've seen how good I am at shooting.
Yeah, but you get better. You practice and improve.
I remember a friend of mine was like, "Oh, you would really like to play." What was it? It's an Xbox only game.
What, first-person shooter?
No,
Driving game?
Mass
RPG?
Effect.
Oh, Mass Effect. Yeah, okay.
Mass Effect. He's like, "Oh, you'll really like it. It's a good story." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Sounds good." Jumped on. I'd only bought the Xbox like a few days before. And it's like, "Oh, you're on a planet. Okay, we're being attacked. Oh, no, need to open a door. Press X." I'm like,
Yeah, that was always fun.
"Oh, I'm
Yeah.
dead."
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, you didn't open it in time."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What do I do now?
Yeah.
I didn't get the thing. Do I?" And I ended up having to start the whole game again and go through all the cutscenes again. I'm like,
Rubbish.
okay, I got
Yeah.
it. X and now A,
Yeah.
dead.
Dead again. Yeah.
That's about as far as I got with that game.
I bet it is annoying that there's letters that you have to remember, but there are 4. There are 4 of them.
Yeah.
A, B, X, and Y.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. Now I know where they are.
Yeah.
When I first got the controller, I was like, okay, A is that. Oh, you had to be able to know it was there or there or there or there.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I get that.
That's how bad I am at
There's even modern games, like playing MLB The Show, to make a catch, you have maybe less than 2 seconds to do a pattern.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
So it's
like,
like,
Guitar
done.
Hero.
Hey,
Amazing.
those are the games. I never had Guitar Hero Rock Band.
Superb at that.
Yeah, never. The only version I had was on the Nintendo DS, and you had. This is cool. Yeah. This is a bit of a throwback, isn't it? Nintendo DS, used to have. So obviously it would fold. So if you were holding it like this,
Yeah.
so you're picturing like this, you would place the back of it flat on your hand like this, and there was a little slot at the bottom for like old Game Boy Advance games. You could slide. How much time have I got on there? 'Cause I'm running out of time.
55 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I've got 50. Need to check my camera and restart in a sec. I've got an hour on my camera, poor thing. So you'd have the slidey thing at the bottom. You'd slot like a little pack on the back.
I think I've seen it
had
with
the four buttons.
4 buttons.
Yeah, so and then it'd have a little wrist strap, hand strap, so it would hold it properly. So then you would use the guitar pick on the touch screen, and then the left, so there's like guitar strings on there, and then on the left, that was where the things scrolled down. So of course you couldn't play it facing up. You had to have the thing, and it was wicked. It was so good.
No, I played it on the Wii. Guitar Hero on the Wii.
Rock Band or just the guitars?
Rock Band, Lego Rock Band. Lego Rock Band is epic, by the way. Lego's the best one.
I never played any of them.
Lego Rock Band is.
My mate had it,
Guitar
so
Hero.
we used to have to go around to his place and play it. And I've maybe played Guitar Hero 5 times.
I had the drums, the microphone.
So good.
Yeah, it was very good. In fact, we've still got it. Yeah, still got it.
We're coming to yours.
2 guitars next to the TV.
Coming to yours.
It's still there.
You got the drums? I doubt it. They're massive.
In the attic, yeah, we've still got the drums.
Oh my god!
Yeah. We've still got the drums.
I might send my parents home early this weekend. It's Bank Holiday Monday. We'll be around. Oh no, I'd love to play Guitar Hero and Rock Band and stuff again. Not done it for a while. Those were classic games. When they came out, that was groundbreaking stuff.
But I don't think there's any modern games that I'm like, I'd love to play that from the start again, because most of them I am doing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Halo I'd probably go and do again. I mean, even Baldur's Gate, you play it through so many times and it's different every time. Like, you don't need to not know how to play it.
Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion.
Oh, okay.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
Like that as a thing. Again, that was Mega Drive, though, initially.
Oh, do you know what I would do again? God of War. I played God of War.
Played the first one.
It's old
War.
one. Yeah.
Like minimally.
Mm.
There's a ship that you have to get off right at the very beginning.
Yeah.
I got to that stage.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Ragnarok. I can't remember the name of it. God of War
Ascension.
I can't remember. Maybe. I can't remember.
It's like I've got all the Assassin's Creed. And
they're good games, to be fair. I mean, they're great. They're great. The original ones are better because the stories are just amazing. And the old Italian.
Playing
Ezio
number
Auditore.
1, and now I'm at a stage where I don't know what to do, and it's like, oh well, I'm stuck.
Yeah, so the Italian ones, in my opinion, are the best ones. They keep making them.
I don't know how much of it I
be
actually
popular.
have to do either. That's the thing. I'm not sure what's a side quest and what's not, or whether I can progress without doing this. Or
Yeah.
So I'm doing a lot of climbing towers and having to look out at the map in a particular area.
Yeah.
And then going to pickpocket other people and...
Yeah, that was kind of a slight argument for me as to some of the gameplay got a bit repetitive. And obviously when you first do it, it's like, the parkour's amazing. And then you get to a point you're like, I'm just running around roofs now. I'm kind of bored of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, some of the missions do get a bit repetitive. Like Black Flag was brilliant. Loved Black Flag. But when you're trying to complete the game and do everything, you spend so much time just sort of like on a boat, sailing the seas, go to this island, jump off the island, kill everyone there, back on the boat, next island, kill everyone there. And it's a bit like, it's very much like Hogwarts. I can't 100% Hogwarts because I'm sick of doing those Merlin trials.
There's not that many.
There are so many.
Was it 72?
No, there's loads more than that. I feel like I've done 100 and it's still telling me I've got like 50 to go.
No, it's 100.
I got to the point where all I was doing was playing Merlin trials. I'm like, I'm not playing Harry Potter anymore. I'm playing Merlin Wizard trials. That's all I'm playing.
Again, I got stuck on that with the whole room of requirement and you need to start making this and making that. I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
There were some bits where it doesn't explain it very well. I was playing a game recently where it does that. It says, you need to go and do this. It might have been Disney's Dreamlight Valley. It said,
Yeah, that's thrown a few curveballs.
Sometimes,
in the past, though.
yeah, I had to Google saying, what does it want me to do? It's, oh, you need to go and do. Oh, it says it's got like you need to feed.
Was it the golden potatoes?
I haven't done that yet. That's confusing. No, you have to feed 2 monkeys. So I was like, okay, I'll just feed it. It's like, no, you have to feed them. They'll only accept the food that they want. But it doesn't tell you what food they want. So I have to go online. I think you told me. You have to go online and you have to search for the food that they want, which happens to be a friggin' banana split vanilla bisque. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How was I ever going to get that unless I fed the monkey every food?
That's the thing. Like, there's no way you were going to just come across that.
No. And also, there's no recipe for it. So you'd have to work out the recipe for a banana split.
Just
vanilla
randomly
bisque
spend the day trying to cook things that
Every
you don't
single option.
know that they might want.
Yeah. And when you consider it's...
I do find a lot of games now you have to go to and you shouldn't have to.
No.
You should be able to play a game and figure it out.
If you wanted to get every recipe, so I assume I'm doing the maths right. Let's say there's 30 ingredients. There's more than that. Let's say there's 30. To learn every single recipe,
That's way more than
that would be 30 to the power of 30, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would do it. So, Alexa, what's 30 to the power of 30?
30 to the power of 30 is approximately 205.9 million trillion.
So if you didn't have the internet...
It could take you a few days.
and you wanted, in case you didn't hear that, what was it? 2.5. This is how many options there are just for 30 ingredients, and I'm pretty sure there's more. So if you wanted to try every single option, and that's 30, not even true.
That was 30 times 30 times 30, but there was only so many ingredient slots that you can use at any one time.
Yeah, but there's 5. Yeah, but if that's 30 to the power of 30, that's... Oh, is it? Hang on, is it 5 to the power of 30?
Yeah.
Either way. Alexa, what's 5 to the power of 30?
5 to the power of 30 is approximately 931.3 million trillion.
There we go.
There you go. Much more manageable. So yeah,
hours.
only 900 million trillion options for you to try to get every recipe. Oh, come on.
Yeah, because their recipes are strange. So 1 can give you 1 item. 2 of the same thing can give you a different item. 5 of the same thing can give you a different item.
Yeah.
And then you've got 1 of this and 1 of that, 1 of this and 1 of that, 1 of this. And so yeah. There's a huge
ridiculous
amount
number of
things.
So yeah, if you want to...
The only thing I would say is a lot of their baking doesn't use random things.
No, it
like
does
if you want
make
a cake,
sense.
It is flour,
egg,
butter,
sugar, butter,
milk,
vanilla or something. Yeah.
And then something random will make a random type of cake.
Yeah. Yeah,
at least
that's
they do
true.
make sense. It's not like leaves, sticks, and magic dust.
Yeah.
That'll give you cookies.
They probably would.
Probably.
So that is... Yeah, I don't like games where that's the case. Like Ark, we'll throw back to that. Ark, you can play the game without looking anything up because you can explore. There's only so much of the map. You can go and explore the whole thing. It tells you how to make everything you need. Eventually, you're going to be able to find
what
the
you
bits.
need for everything.
Yeah, so it tells you, even if it's like... even if you haven't discovered it, like there's certain things that I've never even seen before. Like there's some of them's like silk polymer. I'm like, where the hell do you get silk? But eventually you'll come across a spider that drops silk. Or you're like, right, there you go. So yeah, there are obviously faster and slower ways to do things, but logically, if you use logic for everything and you just sort of go grid by grid by grid, you will eventually learn everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like games where that's not the case. That annoys me when that's like Hogwarts is one of them. There's certain things on Hogwarts I'm like, I'm lost and no one's telling me where I need to go or what to do, and I can either run around for a week or go on YouTube for 5 minutes. But then what, throw back to years ago, like that was never the case. It's like if you don't have to do something tough, you have to go and buy the guidebook, or you just don't complete it.
Yeah, it's like Animal Crossing. Have you seen the size of that guidebook?
Huge.
The official guidebook to Animal Crossing. It's massive. And again, I feel like with that, there's quite a few things that you would never figure out how to do without YouTube tutorials.
I feel like game developers are so determined to make games so big and expansive and exciting and interesting that they sometimes lose. Just make it
Playability.
fun. Like me and my brother would spend hours playing the same game over and over again just because it was fun.
Yeah, like Mario.
Yeah, just even now we play Mario. Mario Kart is just so basic. You drive around maps and you throw things at each other,
Yeah,
and
but
sometimes you win and sometimes you
learn the
lose.
map.
Yeah,
You study the maps.
you get better as you practice it.
You study the maps.
I don't study the maps. I've never studied a Mario map. I may have played them a lot. I've never studied them. You're
You
just
know
jealous
where
that I
all the
beat you. That's
shortcuts
all it
are.
was. I
You know
beat
where
you.
all the shortcuts are.
I know a couple of shortcuts, and that's through trial and error.
A couple on every map.
It's probably having played it with my brother, who you think you get annoyed I beat you. He beats me every time. That's annoying. My younger brother beats me constantly at Mario Kart. Does my head in. Hate it. I won't play with him anymore. He'll win one or twice. I'm like, we're playing something else.
Oh, speaking of, my Nintendo Online thing has expired. I need to renew that so I don't have all the extra Mario Kart tracks at the minute.
No, is it like a subscription?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Well, you can buy it,
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
but you get
There
it
is an
free
option for
if
that.
you subscribe.
Makes sense. I've not played any of those maps.
The Nintendo Switch Online.
No, not played any of those. We just play the basic ones. We don't play it enough to do the extra ones. We like it. It's fun. Like Mario. Yeah, but
No, I
it's just
like
basic.
the
It's fun.
party.
It's good.
Next
Mario
month,
Party, yeah,
the
that's
new
good.
Party's out.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I might get that then.
Mario Party
Mario
Jamboree.
Party. We went. Danny came over one time, and we spent. We're like, "Oh, do you want to play on the Wii?" We're just chatting about stuff. And do you want to play on the Wii? He's like, "Yeah, we'll play on the Wii." 6 hours later, we'd played every single Mario Party
On the Wii.
board game. Switch. We played every single Mario Party board game, and then some extra bonus levels. We're just like, that was a lot. But once we finished one, we were still chatting away, so we carried on.
So is this,
It's just
you've unlocked
simple.
all the characters and...
I don't know. Maybe I have. I've unlocked all the board games. You have to. I don't know if it's just play or win
Again, it
the
depends.
first
We
three.
still haven't quite figured out which one you've got.
Yeah, no. I think I've got Mario Party.
You get Bones. Have you got Bones?
Maybe.
And Diddy Kong?
Maybe.
You don't know.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I don't play it enough to know. I'm too busy chopping down trees. Homework. I can't remember what we were supposed to watch. We were supposed to watch something new. What was my
I
homework?
can
to
tell
watch?
you that I didn't.
I don't remember what I was supposed to watch. I'm sure I had a plan. What was I supposed to watch?
You were going to watch Disney Dreamline, the making of.
Oh, and I didn't. Because we're playing Ark.
But we were also both going... No, I was going to watch Avatar 2, which I didn't.
Didn't watch that. Okay, fair enough. Have a sour sweet. Come on.
I don't have any... Do you have any?
No, drink the dog's water. Come on. There's your punishment. No, we've been a bit preoccupied, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
With arcing. Arcing mad. Yeah, there's nothing new coming out. I'm just waiting for something to happen. We're watching Modern Family again for the 17th time.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's good.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen The Office.
That's crime.
But we're watching a Netflix, not documentary, fly on the wall, I guess it would be called.
The Emirates planes. We live in the flight path, and there's one of those gigantic Emirates planes flying past. They fly past like twice a day.
Toughest Forces on Earth.
Okay.
It's quite cool.
Like a bit of geography, don't you? Like a bit of natural geography. No? It's got to be. Forces on Earth? Geography? Is it more of a science? Is it more of a physics thing, was it?
No,
What is it?
Toughest Forces on Earth.
Yeah, I'm thinking like hurricanes. No? Not hurricanes and things?
No.
No. Oh, my immediate reaction is like volcanoes, landslides,
I love
hurricanes.
how sad you think I am. That
No.
I would watch documentaries on, this is a tsunami.
Yeah. Sorry, like you wouldn't watch a documentary on a tsunami.
All right,
If I told you I'd watch a documentary on a tsunami and it was really good, you'd be like, what's the name of it?
Yeah, I would. Okay, so the first episode was in the deserts of Jordan. The Royal Special Forces train for all types of threats,
Forces.
from
Right.
man
Okay.
to nature, using unique methods.
Okay. Military forces.
Yes.
Okie dokies. Right.
So it's the toughest military forces on
Cool.
Earth. And what they've basically
Right.
done is they've got one of our SBS guys,
Mm.
Special Boat Service.
Mhm.
Yeah. They've got an SBS guy. They've got a Navy SEAL and a US Ranger.
Mhm.
And they go along and basically try and do succeed in an aspect of these forces' special training.
Yeah.
Obviously, a full selection course can be anything from
I may have
weeks to months.
I may have seen a clip of this where they're in, I think it's jungle or something, and they're off in potentially the Philippines or something, and they're doing Malaysia, and they're doing the forest stuff, and the British guy just wipes the floor with the American guy, because the American guys get
Pretty
killed
much
twice or three
constantly.
times, and I mean,
it's
pretty impressive stuff.
there's a whole tier to special forces. I don't know if you know this. There's
I know.
tier 1
Yeah.
operatives, tier 2 operatives, and he does kind of make it clear how SBS is a tier 1 and the rest are tier 2. Almost every challenge, it's like, oh, and Dean did well. Like, yes.
Dean knows it as well.
Yeah.
Dean's very good.
And so we're going to go Arctic skiing cross country. Dean's going to go with the major, and we're going to give you a set of skis if you want to learn how to ski.
Go Dean.
Dean's off like
Dean's a
combat
legend.
shooting,
Yeah.
all sorts, and the others are like, "Oh, how do we turn?"
Yeah.
And it's like, oh. But yeah,
So they wouldn't
is
make
good.
it to the SBS. Fair enough.
It is good. And then, really enjoying that. We're nearly towards the end of it.
Cool.
They've done like Arctic, they've done the Malaysian jungles. Those guys are insane. That is hardcore.
I've recently been watching a documentary on tsunamis and hurricanes.
Yeah.
Really good.
Is it called Toughest Forces?
It's called Toughest Forces of Nature. Sod those Marines. That's what it's called. That's the little caption at the bottom of it. Hurricanes got nothing on them Marines. It's really interesting. I think you'd like it. I'll send you the link.
Do that.
Yeah. I'm going to call it there. Thanks very much for joining us, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I like chatting. It's fun, isn't it? I'll say thanks for chatting. We'll be on at 10 o'clock tonight, harvesting flint,
Yes.
making spark powder. Tonight I'll do like a proper like training session with you. I'll cover everything that you need to know.
Okay.
Do the full basics.
Will you though?
Any questions? Do the saddle, all that sort of stuff. I've got a gun now, so I can at least protect us should we get attacked by an onyx. Bat. The bats are called onyxes. I don't know why. ONYC apostrophe S, I think.
Okay. Don't know what that would be.
They'll give you rabies, and that will kill you.
Yeah.
So don't get
Yes, it will.
attacked by
Yeah.
onyxes. There's lots to explore, but I'll go through that with you.
Cool.
So you're a bit caught up. We'll do that later.
Thank you.
Right, thanks very much, guys. As always, thanks to my co-host Carl Davison. Right, my name's Marcus Day. This is in association with 35 Marketing. Should you want any podcasting required, please do get in touch. And we're still waiting on our first sponsor. We'll get there. I'm in talks with Disney. It's a one-way conversation so far.
Yeah.
I'm just emailing them every
They've
day.
yet to reply.
They've not responded, except for just a very brief cease and desist letter. But we'll get there. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Right, thanks, guys. Have a lovely evening or afternoon or morning whenever you listen to this, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.